Hey guys, it's Thomas, and welcome to Ars Nouveau. In this video, I'll give the spells a bit more explanation than my 1-minute shorts, both to answer any future questions preemptively, as well as to boost my view time. First off, we have Acrophobia. Quite useful as it doesn't destroy the terrain, and honestly I find it kind of fun. The recipe is Ray, Chaining, 2 AoEs, 2 Pierces, Wind Charge, Delay, Launch, and Amplify, and you simply fire it at one mob, it jumps to nearby mobs, launches them into the air, delays, then launches them even higher. It may not be the most powerful offensive spell, but, as mentioned before, it doesn't destroy blocks, set fire to anything, or create water, ice, or lingering particles, and it seeks out nearby enemies that you may not be able to see due to trees or tall grass. It also preserves mob loot for you to pick up, and tends to chain similar types of mobs, though it doesn't work for mobs that don't take fall damage. It will technically work with any equipment, but the height achieved is pretty woeful and doesn't do enough damage to be useful, but the air armor and focus will increase the height the mobs go, and thus, the damage inflicted. The next spell I'm calling Drill, as it was meant to be a sort of super powerful punch that can dent mountains, but while I was trying to make it, a more obvious use made itself known. The recipe is Echoing Trail, Sensitive, 2 Decelerates, Extend Time, Burst, Sensitive, 2 AoEs, and Break. You can try to customize it if you want, but it seems the spell likes to fail if you get the combination even slightly wrong. Add the pickup item glyph if you want all the resources in your inventory, otherwise it'll drop on the ground, and utilize the Jar of Voiding if you want to recast more quickly. For those that don't know, the Jar of Voiding lets you register blocks to it by putting them in your offhand slot and right-clicking with the Jar of Voiding, after which it will then give you a bit of mana back whenever you break registered blocks with a spell. Remember to deactivate it if you want to collect blocks for building with. Anyway, back to Drill. Elemental equipment doesn't seem like it does much more than make the spell cheaper. Earth equipment for the break glyph specifically, so if mana isn't a problem, it may not be worth swapping. Now we have a nice damage spell called Converge, named as such because of the way propagate projectiles all gather on your hapless target. The recipe is Projectile, Cold Snap, AoE, Burst, Sensitive, 2 AoEs, Propagate Homing, Freeze, and Cold Snap. While this may look like just a normal Cold Snap variant, and perhaps it is, it one-shots the Warden and any other high HP mobs I've tried it on, assuming it's not immune to status effects. To increase damage and reduce cost, use full water armor from Ars Elemental, as well as the greater water focus and water bangle. You may not want to use it with the focus of block shaping installed though, as that froze my game and almost crashed it for unknown reasons. Cold Snap's description says that you can use that focus to manipulate the ice blocks it creates, but for whatever reason it really doesn't like the attempt. Unlike my earlier Acrophobia spell, this does leave projectile particles behind, so use this one far away from your base if possible, and beware the particles. Walking into them will recast the spell on whatever entity walks into it, and will probably kill you as well. Now for the Carpet Bomb spell. I know y'all like explosions and colors. This spell can be used to rain hot death over a long area, or form linear craters, depending on which glyphs are appended to the end of the recipe, but the fire variant I experimented with is as follows. Echoing Trail, Sensitive, Burst, 2 AoEs, Dampen, Sensitive, Propagate Arc, Ignite, and Flare. Burst creates a spherical projectile shape, but you can swap in Wall or Linger if you want a more vertical or horizontal shape to your destruction. The projectiles also fire in the direction you face, so look in different directions if you'd like to aim your carnage a bit better after casting. Now for a variation of Carpet Bomb I like to call Starfall. Yes, this is the one you saw at the beginning of the video. That recipe will be Echoing Trail, Sensitive, Linger, Sensitive, 2 AoEs, Explosion, Propagate Arc, and in whatever you want to affect a wide area, in this case Explosion and AoE. It basically uses Explosion to launch the projectiles from the Carpet Bomb spell, which has the effect of creating a veritable deluge of projectiles into the air, which then rain down, hence the name Starfall. It can torch a continent, leave craters, deforest a jungle, or even bring down the wrath of Zeus, your choice. I found that fire equipment is required for this spell, presumably because it affects the explosion in some way. So if your Starfall looks a lot like Carpet Bomb, try equipping the Pyromancer's armor and Fire Focus. In the end, it just looks nice. Don't forget to adjust your projectile colors, and absolutely don't walk around your base with this spell equipped. I think that'll do it. Hopefully the video was still quick enough for you guys despite my explanations. Have fun, be a nuisance on servers, and I'll see you next time. Tah Tah.